Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So in this video I'm actually going to be showing you how you can deliver your service for your client in IPGA. So as you can see on my screen here, I've got myself a little chart here what's going to go through each step and how to do it all and whatever. So just getting straight into it, right? When you've got your first client, the first thing you want to do is book an onboard meeting, right? So this is just a meeting after your sales call, whatever. So after you've sold them, oh hello, I'm going to do this for you, gives you money. So after you've done that, you want to book an onboard meeting, and this should be done within the first 5 to 7 days of actually getting into your client, okay? So in this onboarding meeting, you are just going to go over the foundations of what their course is going to be on, right? So of course, it's the main step. It's first of all, it's what the course layout is going to be like, okay? So you're just going to see, you're just going to go over the whole entire course of what it's going to be, whether it's going to be a video or an ebook, like I see it here, and what niche it's going to be based around. So for example, of course, you'll be in a specific niche. It might be in the fitness industry, it might be in the money making industry, but we're going to use fitness for an example here because it's an easy example, right? So say your client is in the fitness niche, right? There's many things they can teach in their course in the fitness niche, sorry. So they can teach how to lose weight, how to put muscle on, I don't know, like conditioning their body. There's so many different sub niches what they can make their course around when they're in the niche. Or another instance is the business niche, how to handle your money, how to invest your money. There's just so many little possibilities what you can do for courses around. So this is what's going to be done in the onboarding meeting, okay? You're going to decide what it's going to be about, whether it's in the fitness niche, it's going to be about losing weight, putting muscle on, all that stuff. Or if it's the business niche, it's going to be around making money, how to keep money, whatever, right? It doesn't matter, right? This is what you're going to do. So like I see, it's going to take you 5 to 7 days to actually do this. So the reason I say 5 to 7 days is because obviously in the meantime you want to book your call for whenever it's going to be. And in them 5 to 7 days you want to prepare yourself. You want to come up with loads of ideas. You want to make a PowerPoint, a Google Doc, whatever, right? You want to make something on their niche and what you can give to them, what you can provide for them. So you want to look prepared, you want to look professional, right? So for instance, during the 5 to 7 days, right, I want you to just create out a little mini plan of what the course is going to be about and the foundations. So like I see the layout, right? So see it's a video. Say they want to make a video, right? In the spare time of the 5 to 7 days, I want you to look at modules of what they can create and what will each module be on. So there might be 5 modules over the course of 7 videos per module. That's a bit of an exaggeration. We're going to go 2 videos per 5 modules, so 10 videos overall, right? The first module might be, so for fitness, the first module might be how to do your diet, whatever. The second one might be exercises to target your back muscles, then your chest, then your triceps, whatever. This could be all different modules what you've got to think about depending on what niche you're in and what you want to do with your client, okay? Yet again, you are here just to create ideas. You are doing the bare bone of it, you're doing the most of it, and your client's obviously going to chip in ideas, what they think's best. Yet again, they're the professionals in that niche, so they're the ones who should be deciding stuff like this, like what's what, okay? But of course, you do want to give ideas because that is why they're paying you for your service of helping them create their product. So that's the first part of the foundation on the onboard meeting, right? Then after, so this call might take an hour, might take 2 hours. Maybe you'll have multiple calls at once because it's probably the long process of this, which is obviously booking the calls and, getting the idea of what to do, the modules and the videos and stuff, right? But once you've settled in that, when your client's happy with that, when you're happy with that, right, you move on to actually creating the videos. So during the creation period, your client, so you'll have made a plan, it's going to be 3 videos per module, it's going to be on this, that and whatever else, right? Your client is going to base, obviously, their videos around that stuff, and the modules and the videos, what you created for them, the plan they made, right? And you see here, I've got a little note here, what says it should take about 2 weeks, okay? If your client puts in some good effort, some good quality videos, it's going to take around a week or 2, maybe longer, maybe less. It just depends how much time your client has and how much time you have to help them, okay? And when they're creating their videos, right, you want to be taking into consideration these 3 points here, okay? So you want to, first of all, be creating the website and the pages, what your client is going to use to sell their course and host their course on, okay? You want to be looking at the funnel, so this is the back end of the product, what are they going to sell onwards, and how are they going to attract their customers more and all that stuff, right? In the hosting, like I see, you're just going to deal with the hosting. So this is stuff like creating a group, which is obviously be through Discord, Telegram, School. I wouldn't recommend School though, because that's obviously a paid thing. Then of course your hosting of your website. What host are you going to use? So personally I'd recommend D9 hosting. It's the best one. It's like $14 for a domain or something like that, which is obviously very cheap. You can get your client to pay into that. I don't think they mind $14, so you can take that your own hands if you're going to be generous enough. Then hosting is just stuff like inside the group as well. So how, like, are you going to host it? Are you going to manage it? Are you going to get a third party to? Is your client going to do it? Personally, I'd recommend you do it, as it just takes time of your client so they can create videos and all that stuff. You can just sort, or you should just be sorting out the entire back end and the website and all that stuff while your client is doing the videos, right? You always want to be on track. At least do like an hour to 2 hours a day on this client. Like, it's your first client, you want to put a lot of effort into it. So 2 hours is a bare minimum. It doesn't seem like much, but like if you know what you're doing, you can definitely get a lot out there. Like you can do a lot within 2 hours a day. Maybe you want to do more. Personally, I'd recommend it. Just make sure it only takes about 2 weeks to do all of this, okay? Because if your clients do all their videos, right, and they're waiting on you, then like, well, I'm waiting on this guy. I've created all the videos myself. Surely I could just do all of this myself if I've done the videos, or just pay like a contractor or something like that. So just do enough hours that you are going to be caught up with the videos, what they've created, okay? You want to make sure it's all ready, and that's all sorted, okay? Then moving on to the third point, which is releasing the course, right? So this includes obviously launching the course, right? This is like just publishing it, putting it all on the website, putting all the videos to download on the website. Maybe you don't want it downloaded, maybe it just wants to be like set Vimeo videos, what the reviewers can watch. Then obviously your client will have to put the website into their bio, promote the bio or whatever. It's just all basic steps what you'd expect when you launch a course. Promote the course, launch it, and see, oh, it's all this mighty stuff what you need and all what you want, right? Then of course the back end, like I say, you are dealing with that entire back end, which is the funnels, the hosting, all of that stuff, right? So you're dealing with all this, and you want to finish the group and the funnel by the time of launching, obviously, because that's when you're going to launch, when everything's complete. So make sure you are just up to date with your clients when they're making their videos, because like I see it, if you're just falling behind, then you're not reliable, you're not doing the best you can. Because I'm sorry, right, if you have a client paying you $1,000 a month to do something, right, that's more than a lot of people make during like apprenticeships or just side jobs and stuff. So surely you can do 8 hours minimum or something, because what else are you doing? Maybe if you want to build a business, right, the only things you should be doing is outreach in your current clients, what you have, working on them, okay? So all of this should be done by then, and if you're not doing it, you are not trying to the best of your ability, okay? So your client will just bin you off and see you as just a fraud, see that you're literally just wasting their time and their money, right? They could easily get someone who's going to do the job better if you're not putting that time into it, right? So just please make sure you've finished everything, or that you're just useless to them, okay? Then when it's finally released, when the course is launched, this is where the scaling process comes in. This is where the money is going to be made for your client. This is where your client's going to be like, oh shit, I've just made 20 grand a month just from scaling or whatever, right? So the first step of this is organic advertising, right? So I'm just going to assume that your client already has a decent following on social media. Maybe it is 20,000 followers, maybe it's 100,000 followers, right? They will have decent following on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you found your client, Twitter even maybe, right? And you just want to just use organic advertising on their account, right? So this just includes posting free tips around what their course is about. So obviously you were looking for that niche, so they'll already have an account based around that niche. So for example, fitness, personal trainer, right? They'll already have a bunch of people who follow them for their fitness and all that stuff, right? So if they can just give free little tips like, oh, add this into your diet to lose weight, do this exercise to gain muscle and all that stuff. If they can just do small little tips, right, and put a call to action at the end, see, just means call to action, right? And that's just calling to buy their product, right? It's just like, oh, I've got this new thing, it's in my bio, it's going to help you lose weight and all that stuff, right? It's just something what's like going to bribe the viewers into buying it, okay? And that's what organic advertising is, right? And if they don't have a TikTok, create a TikTok, okay? It's quite easy to go viral on TikTok compared to other things, right? So organic advertising is quite easy on that. Like I say, I've got it here through TikTok and Instagram, so you know, create a TikTok account if they don't have one, because that'll really like help with organic advertising, okay? Then the other side of scaling it up is paid advertising. Paid advertisements in its name, right? You are going to run advertisements for your client, they're going to give you, I don't know, it might be, I'd recommend $600 at least of money to spend on advertising. So that'd be 600 to you and 600 to spend on advertising, right? It's always got to be a 1-to-1 ratio. Don't make them give you $1,000, then you only do 500 on thingy, because it's not very right, you know. You're going to deliver shit results for the amount of money they're paying you, and they could find that somewhere else, okay? So make sure it's always a 1-to-1 ratio, and I'd recommend at least $600, because that means you're going to get a decent audience view. Like, a lot of people are going to view your advertising. It's going to reach a lot of people, right? And like I see, with $600, you can probably reach about 100,000 people on Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff in 1 month. So see, that's a conversion rate of 1%. So 1,000 people are going to be viewing that, and buying that. Sorry, 1% buy rate. And see, it's worth $100 or something like that, right? That's 100 grand what it could be made in a month by your client, right? And see, you're taking 30% of that. That's 30 grand. So, you know, that sounds like big money to me. Of course, you could be aiming too high for that. Maybe you won't reach that much. Maybe you'll reach more. You never know, right? But that's just like the base thing of it. $600, 100,000 people, 1,000 people buying. Okay, so that's all it is with paid advertising. Of course, IPGA is quite a new business model, so there's not going to be like the optimal advertising for IPGA or courses. Of course, there is other things out there to do with courses where you could probably find advertising on that. So you just want to make sure you find something, like just find a decent advertising, or you might already know how to advertise from SMME or something else, right? If not, you can always buy a contractor. Of course, that'll be taken out of your money, how much you're earning, okay? But if you don't mind doing it, just do it. It'll be a lot easier on your end. It means you can just spend as much time as possible on outreach and getting more clients for yourself, okay? But anyways, that is the entire process of how to deliver. I'd say it's the basics of it. If you do have anything you want to ask us on, maybe it's the foundations, the onboarding call, the creation, the release, or the scaling, right? If you've got anything, please just join the Telegram or add us on Instagram. I'll reply on both of them. I'm always on them, so you know, just make sure you message us if you do have a question about any of this. Maybe you want to just have a little chat, you want to call about the entire process. I'll happily do that. I'll hop on a call with you. You can join. I'll just invite you to a Discord or something, and we can do that. So yeah, that's basically the whole process. I don't think there's much more to it. Of course, there will be things where you can adapt into this to like make it more optimal. Maybe you could fuck it all up, you never know. Just make sure you follow like a decent plan. Like, of course, Sander Stage is like the original creator of this, so he will obviously know more, and he's got a course out now. I don't know much about that. I haven't bought into it. But there will be some stuff out there, there'll be communities out there where you can join which will help you with this stuff, and if not, I will help you. So, you know, that's all. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, join the Telegram in the link below, because I'll help you out on that, and there's other people in there who you can speak to. Follow us on Instagram as well. Please share it about, because, you know, it's always better to share it about. I'm giving you free content, free information, what's good. So, you know, I'll see you